Before I start talking about this, we need to establish one thing. It's that the comments about the Planet of the Apes that Joe did, that shit was racist. He was calling them apes. That's not deniable. You can't. The question is, if he wasn't calling, if that's not what he meant, what actually was he saying? So yes, it was racist, but the question is, how racist was it? I think that depends very much on how much he meant it. There's two extremes for a comic, right? The first extreme is that he was improvising, he was ad-libbing at the time, as in he never had this idea in his life. Like, he was just talking about a story about watching Planet of the Apes, and I guess he loved the movie, and then he wanted to make it funny, and that was just what he thought about at the time. The other extreme would be that while he was watching the movie, he just found it so funny that the idea just popped up to him, and it cracked him up so much that he decided that it was he decided that it was a good idea to stash it away as comedy material, so that and he did. And then he refined it, and it didn't really get refined, and that's what happened. Okay. I watched that little segment twice. The first time I watched it, I didn't really. I like, even as a non-black person, I thought I was offended. I was offended, even as a non-black person who loves Joe Rogan, right? And then I thought about it, and I thought about it some more, and I was like, maybe he didn't mean it. I was starting to lean toward he was just ad-libbing, and he felt bad about it right away. So I watched it again just before making this video. I watched that shit again. And he didn't really feel that bad about it, number one. And number two, if he felt bad at all, what he felt bad about was comparing Planet of the Apes to Africa. He didn't really feel bad about saying he walked into Planet of the Apes. So the joke went like this: we went to watch Planet of the Apes, quote unquote. We went into Planet of the Apes, quote unquote. I'm still in quotes here, all right. And then he said there were no black people. We were, yeah. No, there were no white people. See, it's good. I messed up his joke, so nobody has to clip a video of me someday saying the joke. Anyway, the fact was, number one, he did not feel bad about his initial punchline. He felt bad about his tag, because and he clarified it by saying but the Planet of the Apes didn't occur in Africa. He didn't. And the other thing was that the way he delivered it, the way he delivered, we walked into Planet of the Apes, it sounded like he was thinking about that punchline for some time. But I guess I am biased still toward him. I'm still biased because I've listened to him like in bits and pieces for a long time. So I'm inclined to believe that he didn't have that initial thought come out into his head when he watched the movie. I think he just really liked the movie Planet of the Apes, and he also thought it was a observation. He just made an observation that he went into a black neighborhood, and then he was trying to think up material, and then and then he somehow thought that it was a good idea to connect the two together, which is still pretty racist. So how racist was his comment? Yeah, on a scale from 1 to 10, I have to give it a 7.